trucks. Thank you so much. Hope we're not recording. Wait, we're not recording yet, right? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start. My name's Leah, and this is gonna be a combination of vinyasa and yin yoga. So kind of a slow flow, and hopefully we'll get some relaxation in as well. Always take it at your own pace. I'd say I'm a little slower than some other teachers, so if you feel like you want to ramp it up or add in anything you want to, I welcome that. And yeah, I'll be here for about an hour. So go ahead and we're gonna start lying down on our backs in a Shavasana, please. And just begin to take up as much space as you can, maybe stretching your arms out if that feels good, or sometimes it can feel really nice to have your hands close to your body to feel a little bit more protected and grounded. And begin to feel the earth or the floor come up to meet you, supporting the weight of your body, trying to see if you can relax the weight of your body just about 10 or 15% more. Relaxing through your hip flexors and your low back. And then come to your breath. So without trying to change it at all, just noticing what your breath feels like. Maybe it feels a little bit shallow or a little bit slow. I'm just beginning to turn that sense of observation on. And in this class, I've been really thinking about this week, a theme that I'll be integrating in. So this sense of scarcity versus abundance. It really feels like we're in this time where we have so many limitations and we have so many things that are unexpected and a lot of unknown about the future of our careers or what the state of our country or our world will be. And in this sense of unknown, it's so easy to turn on this scarcity mentality of, I'm not sure I have enough strength, or I'm not sure I'm in the right place, or I'm not sure I'm making the right decisions. And I love this yoga practice because it really allows us to turn inward and begin to turn on that observation sense and move through sort of unexpected or challenging shapes and to watch how our mind reacts. So I encourage you throughout class to slow down and really be kind with yourself as you're moving through each shape, and try to observe when maybe you feel like, what is she making me do? I'm not sure I can do that. And just try to ground down and be open to the possibility that you're stronger than you think you are. And to breathe in your abundance, breathe in this inner strength of possibility. So let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths together. So inhaling in, nice big expansive inhale. And open your mouth, exhale, let it go. And two more like that. So biggest inhale of your whole day. And open mouth, release. Last time, really expanding through your ribs with your inhale, making a big full belly. And open mouth, release. And go ahead and begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and come up into having your knees bent and your feet planted. Coming here to a constructive rest. And then find a little bit of belly strength, just finding that connection to your core, the center of your body. And then you're gonna lift your knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug, just opening up your low back. And coming into your breath still. Just noticing as you can ground into the earth here. And then go ahead and release down, and you're gonna roll to one side, and we'll all meet up here in a tabletop position. So just right here, go ahead and find your foundation. So we're gonna do a lot of finding our foundation. So when we have this strong rooted center or grounding into the earth, we can really root to rise and find our strength. So spread your fingers out wide, like you're gonna palm a basketball. And then you're gonna lift your belly up and in towards your spine. And then allow your belly to sink down. We'll find a little cow pose here. Imagining you had a little udder to just sink down towards the earth. Really lift your heart through your shoulders. Take a breath in here. And open mouth, release, exhale. And then with an inhale, go ahead and bring your belly back in and find a cat pose. So really pushing down through your hands. So you can lift the back of your heart up towards the sky. Staying for a full round of breath, opening up through the back of your chest, back of your spine. And then release back down. Find one more cow pose, inhaling in. And exhaling cat. And then go ahead and come to a tabletop position. Again, finding your belly strength here, a nice strong foundation. So wrap the strength of your triceps back onto your arms. And you're gonna lift your right leg up behind you with some belly strength. Find a nice strong leg there, so toes pointing down towards the ground. Then you're gonna curl your right knee in towards your chest. And then extend it out long. Then curling your right knee in towards your right tricep. Kiss your right tricep with your knee. Finding a little strength there and extend it out long. And then one more time, knee in towards your chest, and it can help to lift your hips up towards the sky. And then find a way to step your right foot in between your hands. You can inch your toes forward, finding your foot between your hands here. And then we're gonna sink forward, opening up through the hip flexor. And then go ahead and root to rise. So you're gonna push down through your legs and rise up to crescent lunge on your knee. And again, really reach out of your side bodies all the way up, reach. And then you're gonna exhale and sink your hips back, begin to straighten your front leg. It doesn't have to come to full straight, but opening through your right hamstring. And just noticing here what's happening in your mind. Often I'm feeling like I'm really not flexible. I'm not sure if my hamstrings will ever be long and open. Just beginning to notice how your body's reacting, how your mind is responding. Take one more full round of breath here. And then go ahead and release and come back up to crescent lunge. Now we're gonna swivel our back knee under so it's straight back behind us so we can find a warrior two on our knees. So go ahead and flip your palms up towards the sky, reach forward slightly. You're gonna find a reverse warrior here on your knee. Go ahead and reach up, 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 and then maybe slightly back. Finding your breath with an inhale, reach taller. And then exhale, come back to warrior two. Then inhale, reach forward. You're gonna find a side angle pose here, reaching your right elbow inside your right knee, opening through your chest, reach tall. Finding a full breath to really extend and open through your heart. Then on an inhale, go ahead and come back up. And then cartwheel your hands down, release your back leg back long, straight behind you. You're gonna walk your right foot out towards the right edge of your mat. So here you're gonna begin to open through that right hip. So you could come onto the pinky toe side of that foot if you'd like, maybe bringing your right hand up Just finding a little twist here. Opening through your hips. And then go ahead and bring that right hand back down. So both hands are inside that right foot. And then without thinking too much about it, use your belly strength to lift your right knee up to kiss your right tricep. And then you're gonna go ahead and come back to a tabletop position and sink back to child's pose for a moment. Just coming back to the space in your mat, coming back to your breath. Taking 2 to 3 rounds of your own breath. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come back into tabletop position. Again, finding that strong foundation. So fingers wide, knees planted. Nice, strong and long spine. So imagine that your tailbone and all the way through your spine and neck are one long line. So looking down at the mat underneath you. Light up a little belly strength to lift your left leg back behind you. Nice, long, strong leg there. Go ahead and take a big breath in. And then exhale, curl your left knee in towards your heart. Squeeze it up into towards your heart and then extend back long. Then inhale, go ahead and find that left knee towards your left tricep. Give it a little kiss. And then extend it back long. Last time, bring your left knee in towards your heart. As much as you can, up, 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 and step it forward in between your hands. You can look back at your back knee and your front foot, and maybe they want to be more like on train tracks rather than a balance beam to have a little bit more stability. Then you're going to push down through your foundation, rise up. And again, rise up a little bit further than you think you can out of your hip flexors. And then reach, reach, reach. And then go ahead and swivel yourself, find a warrior two. Take a nice inhale, turn your hands up towards the sky, inhale. And then exhale, twist them back down. Inhale, reach forward. And exhale, reverse warrior. So reach up, up, up. Keep your front knee bent. And then maybe dip back slightly. Stay for one full inhale. And then exhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale, reach forward one more time. Then exhale, find a side angle pose, opening through your chest. You can really lever yourself by pushing in towards you, to your left knee to twist open your heart. Find a nice big inhale in to reach higher. And then exhale, release. Inhale, come all the way back to warrior two. Go ahead and cartwheel your hands down, release your back foot long. Walk your left foot out towards the left side of your mat. And from here, we're gonna add in our little hamstring stretch that we missed on the other side. So go ahead and sink your hips back and dive your heart forward, straightening through your left leg. Just pausing here for a moment. Just noticing, maybe allowing your left hip to reach back a little bit more, finding a little bit more space. And find a front bend in your left knee. Maybe walking your left foot out a little bit more. Let's twist open towards the left, opening through our left hip. And then go ahead and come back, plant both hands down. Again, light up the belly strength here, light up your confidence. And you're gonna try to lift your left knee towards your left tricep. And then shoot it back to tabletop position. Go ahead and tuck your toes under. Find nice wide hands, strong foundation here. And use a little belly strength to hover your knees off the ground, maybe 1 or 2 inches. Sliding up the strength here. And you'll move yourself into your first downward facing dog. Taking a big inhale in and a big exhale out. Finding nice soft knees. You really want your hips to be high so your spine can lengthen. So if you have soft bent knees, that may be necessary to find the extension through your spine. Let's take one more inhale here. Nice soft exhale out. Let's take a slow mindful walk to the top of our mat and find a forward fold. So you can widen your feet apart if that feels good, hip width distance, or if you prefer for them to be together, that's great too. So to sink, maybe soft knees again, you could grab opposite elbows for forward fold. Just allowing any stress to just roll off your shoulders for a moment. Feeling the earth support you through your feet. Maybe shaking out your head, yes and no. Just bringing in a little bit of that melting sensation through your shoulders, through your arms. Let's find an inhale to plant our hands on our shins and find a halfway lift. So a nice strong belly here. Really push through your hands like you're in a plank pose. And find a nice long spine. Reach the top of your head forward. Finding an extension here. Take a nice inhale in. And exhale, forward fold. Now with soft knees, let's go ahead and roll all the way up to standing with the big circle sweep of your arms up. And reach up, maybe look up towards the sky. And then go ahead and find your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs in towards your heart. Finding an inhale in. And exhale, ground down through your feet. So feeling into that heart space. Allowing there to be softness there. Feeling the strength of your belly. And do what you can to really root down through your feet. So if you need to find the stance that feels right, go ahead and take your time. Find some light toes, maybe twinkle your toes a little bit. And find stillness and rooting through your feet. So imagine you're rooting down into the soil, growing roots down even through the different layers of the earth beneath you. Creating this strong foundation. Just like trees, they endure a lot of winds and different things happening up in the air, creating some chaos and uncertainty. But they have such strong roots to keep them stable, keep them strong. Go ahead and lift your inner ankles. Gonna engage through your legs slightly. Lift nice strong belly, open and up through your heart. Feel the little space above your head and lift your head up slightly to extend through your neck. Let's take an inhale here. And open mouth, exhale, release. Now inhale, reach your hands up wide, tall, and then circle sweep them down. And I want you to plant them on the back of your hips, so right on your booty. And then as we forward fold, we're gonna just sort of grace the back of our legs, feeling the strong legs as we come into a forward fold. So just running them down your hamstrings and your calves, feeling this strong foundation of strength and muscle that bring you all throughout your day. And release all the way into forward fold. Let's inhale the halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees and plant your hands and step back to plank. So first plank here. So really light up the strength of those legs that you felt. Maybe squeeze them towards one another. Really push the earth away. Reach the back of your heart up towards the sky. And find your neck as one long line with your spine. Let's inhale, shift forward with our little tippy toes. And exhale, bend your elbows back in towards your ribs as you lower just slightly. Lower your knees down. Take an inhale here to pause. And then exhale, lower all the way down. And inhale, we're gonna find cobra. So push the shoelace part of your foot into the earth. Nice strong legs, nice strong belly as you rise your heart up, your hands by your chest line. Stay for a full round of breath here. And then exhale, allow your head to lower down. You're gonna sink yourself back into child's pose. One full round of breath in. And open mouth, exhale out. We'll meet up into a downward facing dog. Tucking our toes under. So again, light up the strength of your arms so you can push your hips up towards the sky. Maybe your knees are soft. Let's take an inhale in together and exhale out. Let's inhale and travel to the top of your mat for a forward fold. One full round of breath, inhaling here and exhaling, allow everything to melt down, relaxed forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep your arms all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here for an inhale. Ground down through your feet, exhale. Inhale, rise your hands high. Exhale, find that starting point of your booty and trace the line of your legs all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank. So sometimes when there's silence, there's quite a bit of uncertainty. So be here for just a few breaths and see where you can dig and find some strength. So can you find strength through your legs more to hold you up? Finding strength through your belly to be a stabilizing center. Push down through your arms. Take a big inhale in. Open your mouth, exhale, release. Now inhale, shift forward with your tippy toes. Exhale, lower your elbows in towards your ribs. Lower your knees down, take an inhale in. And exhale, lower all the way down. On your own inhale, find your cobra. And exhale, your head down. One more inhale, cobra. And exhale down. Sink yourself back, child's pose. Go ahead and take 2 to 3 breaths here. Maybe you want to roll out your wrists in child's pose. Whatever could feel good. So just taking just a moment for transition. Just coming back to feeling into your belly, the center of your foundation and strength. Just noticing into your heart. Just being thankful for coming onto your mat today to turn inward, to see what's happening in your body, what's happening between the relationship of your mind with your body. Let's go ahead and meet up in a downward facing dog. So often when we come into downward dog, often I have this feeling like I'm about to start a track race or about to anticipate what's to come next. So I encourage you through the next few movements to really initiate each movement with your own breath. So it's not just me telling you what to do, but it's you exploring how your body is feeling in each pose and slowing down enough to notice what comes up in your mind. So let's take a big inhale in together. And open mouth, release, exhale. Let's inhale, find your belly strength, so rise your right leg up. And curl your right knee in towards your chest. And then rise it back up, three-legged dog. Then exhale, go ahead and kiss your right tricep with your right knee. And then rise it back up, three-legged dog. One big inhale here. And then exhale, find a way to step your right foot forward in between your hands. Find your foundation here first. Feeling into where your feet would feel the most stable. Coming up onto your fingertips. Push down through your feet, root to rise all the way up. Crescent lunge. One more inhale, reach taller than you think you can. And then exhale, we're gonna dive our heart forward and find a little airplane arms. Inhale, reach that heart forward, maybe find a smile. Exhale, stay. Inhale, rise back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach your hands high. And exhale, plant your back heel down, warrior two. So really stretch and reach your hands away from one another. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, find a reverse warrior, so reach up, up, up first, keeping your front knee bent, and then dip back, release your exhale. One more, inhale, reach, and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale to expand through your heart. Exhale, root down through your feet, unclench your toes. Then push down through your feet. Inhale, rise back, warrior two. Go ahead and reach forward, and then you're gonna circle sweep all the way to the left. And you're gonna bend into your front or your left knee and find a little side skandasana. You can plant your hands down if that feels better. Just kind of bending into this left hip for a moment. Noticing your breath. Go ahead and lift your hands off the ground and circle sweep back to warrior two. And then release your back heel up, find crescent lunge. You're gonna dive your heart forward one more time, finding airplane arms. You're gonna begin to move the weight of your body into your front leg. Maybe step your back toes in an inch. And then basically just lean the body weight in to your front leg until your back foot comes off the ground and you find a little airplane pose. Again, trusting yourself. If you fall out, it doesn't matter, just come back in. Lifting that left heel high, smiling, lifting the corners of your mouth. All right, listen, so we're gonna begin to bend our left knee, bringing it up and in towards our belly, finding a crane pose. Finding a little balance, feeling proud of yourself for what you're doing. Root down through that right foot, rise your hands high. And then you're gonna fly back again, so kicking that left foot back like a ninja. So keep that left heel high, 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 and then you're gonna step back, crescent lunge, reach your hands high, feel proud. And then plant your hands on either side of your right foot. Step your right foot back. And you're gonna move through whatever vinyasa feels good for you. So you can just stay in plank for a moment, move to downward facing dog, or I'll cue you through the sun or the same chaturanga that we've been doing. So inhale, shift forward. Exhale, elbows draw back and down. knees come down. Take an inhale here, and exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Let's take a big clearing breath in. Open mouth, exhale out. One more like that, inhale in, and exhale out. Take an inhale, find some belly strength, and allow your left leg to flow high. Curl your left knee in towards your heart. Rise the left leg back, three-legged dog. Now kiss your left tricep with your left knee, half crow. Inhale brings you back to three-legged dog. Exhale, go ahead and find a way to step your left foot between your hands. Take a moment, take a breath to find your foundation here. Again, maybe your feet want to be more on railroad tracks than a balance beam. Come up onto your fingertips, find the strength through your legs, and rise all the way to crescent lunge. Sink into that front knee, release your breath. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, find airplane arms. Reach your heart forward, trust in those legs, strong foundation. And release, reach high, crescent lunge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, find warrior two, put your back heel down. Bend through that front knee. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse, warrior, reach up, keep the front knee bent. One full round of breath here, tip back. We'll come back to warrior two. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, side angle pose. Really open through your chest. Imagine you could lean back on a wall behind you. Release tension through your jaw. Finding your breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Push down through your feet, inhale, rise back up. You're gonna reach forward and then swivel yourself towards the right. Left toes come in and you're gonna find a little skandasana here on the right side. Bend in towards the back hip. Maybe hands come down. Just pausing for a little break. Opening through those groin muscles. Let's take an inhale here. Open your mouth, exhale, let something go. And inhale, go ahead and swivel yourself back to the front. Point your toes forward once again. Come back up, warrior two. And then find your way into crescent lunge. So reach your back heel up onto your little toes. And crescent lunge. So feel into the strength of your legs. I know they're getting tired. Dive your heart forward. Find your airplane arms. Really reach and have really nice strong fingertips. Step your back foot in just maybe an inch. Begin to lean into the front leg and then slowly allow your right toes to come off. Maybe this side feels different, no big deal. Find a little smile, reach, 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 fly. And then slowly begin to bend your right knee to come up into crane, reaching your hands high. Root down through that left foot, reach up tall. And then release, sink back. Again, kick that right heel as high as you can as you come back, finding your crescent lunge, land light. Inhale, rise your hands high, feel nice and proud of yourself. And then go ahead and frame your front foot. Step back. We're gonna stay all together here in plank for just a moment. Spread your fingers wide. Lift your heart so you have proud heart. Look towards the top of your mat. Find belly strength, find leg strength. We'll be here for just 2 to 3 breaths. I know you can do it. Dig a little bit deeper. Just believe that you have more strength than you think you do. Use that breath. Use all the tools you have. One, inhale in. Open your mouth, release. All right, shift your toes forward. Bend your elbows down. Knees come down. Inhale here. And exhale, lower all the way down. Turn your cheek to one side. Release your hands back towards your hips. And pause for a moment. Feel your heart beating on the ground. Feel in to that strong belly that brought you through all the different shapes. Really relax through your hamstrings, relax through your legs, let your heels fall. Feel into those hands that held you up in all those different shapes. Let's take a big breath in and big breath out. Just pausing here into the quiet, into this new moment right here. We've been through many different shapes, many different unexpected moves and turns. And just take a moment to realize the amount of willingness and openness that you bring in while you're in this yoga practice. And it's often said that how we move on our mat translates into how we move into the world. So when we have openness to whatever comes next, when we believe in our resilience and our strength and our willingness to come back in when we fall out, when we have trust in ourselves, we can really endure so much more than we think. So go ahead and make your way into a tabletop position. And just take a moment to kind of move how your body wants to move, maybe circling out your hips, maybe finding a little cat-cow or moving through your neck. Just embracing the vulnerability of having choice, maybe what your body might want to do. And then you're gonna come back to center into stillness. And go ahead and find your way to downward facing dog. So feel into the foundation of your hands here, spreading your fingers wide. Just feeling how this downward dog may feel different than the first you had. And we're gonna make a slow walk to the top of our mat. So you're just gonna take one foot in front of the other. So if you wanna look up here, what that means, you just take one foot and travel, just looking at your feet. Kind of beginning to slow your mind down, beginning to slow down the movement. We'll come to a forward fold here at the top of our mat. You can grab for opposite elbows. And release your hands down. And go ahead and walk your feet out wide towards the edges of your mat. You're gonna begin to find a little malasana squat. The wider you bring your feet, the easier it's gonna be. Won't be here very long, but it's just a nice hip opening here. Trying to land your heels if you can. Feeling grounding down into this foundation, this place of your pelvis, of creativity. And then you'll find a way to come onto a seat. And reach your heels out just slightly in front of you. And reach your hands forward. And then you can place your hands on your knees. This way you can really lift your spine into straight, finding a proud heart, allowing your shoulder blades to roll down, melt down. So we first find good alignment, then reach your hands forward and just slowly begin to tip back. Bringing in this sense of observation, bringing in this, turning inward towards your belly, feeling how strong you are. So we're just gonna slow her down as slow as we can, challenging yourself. Maybe it's okay to find a little smile or laugh at yourself as you struggle. Just a part of the journey here. We'll lower down for just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back onto your back. Bend your knees, so bring your heels in towards your hips. Reach your hands down towards your heels. We're gonna find a bridge pose. So again, really relax through all of your hip muscles, all of your leg muscles. Relax your shoulders down. And then find engagement through your belly. So tip your hips up towards your ribs. So you're knitting those muscles together. Then you're gonna imagine that you're maybe squeezing a block or a ball between your knees and push down through your feet. Use your quadricep strength to push your hips up to a little bridge pose. You could clasp your hands underneath you, roll your shoulders under if that would feel good. Challenge yourself, really push through your feet to find a little bit more stretch through your hip flexors. Finding belly engagement. One more inhale to rise you up. And exhale, slowly lower down. Taking your time. Once you get down, go ahead and just pause there, allowing your spine to recover. So sometimes we push our body into a place that feels uncomfortable, very sensational, and that can often happen in bridge. But taking a moment to pause, to come back into balance, really trusting that our body can come into the repair response to heal if you just give it a moment. So when you're ready, we're gonna move into a twist. So you're gonna keep your legs how they are, feet planted down. Go ahead and lift your hips up just 1 or 2 inches and move them off to the right, maybe 2 or 3 inches. You're gonna bring your knees in towards your chest, allowing your knees to fall towards the left. You could straighten your top leg if you wanted a little bit more stretch through your IT band. And then find maybe a big T with your arms. So opening through your chest. Doing whatever feels comfortable and stable for your legs. Breathing here into your belly. Trying to soften as much as you can. Opening through our side bodies. This area that connects the front and back of our body. Beginning to slow down. Trying to relax through the palms of your hands. Relaxing through your feet. Relaxing through the front muscles of your neck. Really releasing the back muscles of your neck. Feeling the ground beneath you. Really wanting to take the weight of your body. So giving over to gravity. Just listening to the sounds around you. Feeling the textures of your mat beneath you. Maybe listening or feeling for the sensation of your breath as the inhale graces your top lip, or the exhale softens through your belly. Just take a big inhale in. Open your mouth, exhale, release nice and slow. And go ahead and use a little belly strength to come back to center. Pausing here in the center. Just maybe feeling the left side of your torso compared to the right. Letting your shoulders settle down. And we'll move on to the other side. So using just a little belly strength to pick your hips up and move them off to the left 1 or 2 inches. Bringing your knees in towards your chest and then allowing them to fall towards the right. It's opening through your chest. Straighten your top leg. Whatever feels good for you. Maybe noticing what happens with your mind when we're cued to slow down. Sometimes when we have this open space, we want to fill it with a sense of productivity or planning or thinking about what we might have for lunch or thinking about what happened yesterday. And the more that we can continuously come back to this present moment, come back to your breath, come back to the sensation that's happening in your body, we're strengthening there our relationship with ourselves. So often we think that we're bad meditators when we just can't turn off our thinking. But it's really not about turning it off, but it's about strengthening that practice of coming back. So we're thinking of it like a muscle that we're strengthening. Because when we can come back to this present moment, we can give space for whatever emotion is moving. We can give space for turning inward towards our body to decide what's best for us. In our culture, we're very much praised and celebrated for our productivity. And this power and productivity are of our mind. And it's so easy to feel ungrounded and disconnected from ourselves, from what we really want, as we make the next decision and the next move, as we move into uncertainty. So really soften through your belly, soften through your top leg. Feeling the opening across your chest, feeling into your heart. Go ahead and use a little belly strength to come back to center. Moving slowly. Once we're back center, go ahead and take a big inhale in. Try a nice, slow, long exhale out. And go ahead and bring your knees in towards your chest. We'll find a happy baby pose. So I would recommend starting with finding your hands on your shins or right behind your knees, and using the strength of your arms to move your knees in towards your armpits. Pausing here, finding a nice long neck. Trying to relax through your shoulders, grounding your shoulders down. You can reach for the bottom of your feet, but only if you can keep your tailbone grounded, your neck grounded, your shoulders down, to keep your spine safe. Just enjoying pressing your low back down, opening through your hips. And then wherever you are, release the grip of your knees or your feet, and we're gonna reach our hands and our feet up towards the sky. You can keep your knees bent, just looking up at the sky, maybe rolling out your ankles and your feet. Just looking at the vastness of maybe your ceiling or the sky. Just thinking about how small we are on this earth. And there's so many possibilities for what is to come next. But here we are supported by our bodies, the connection of our mind to our body. And we're supported and rooted by this foundation underneath us. And go ahead and release down. You're gonna find butterfly legs with your legs. So go ahead and bring your feet together. Your knees out wide. You can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Or if it felt better to expand through your chest, you could find goalpost arms or cactus arms. If it feels like too much sensation in your inner legs, go ahead and move your heels a little bit further away from your hips. If you want a little bit more opening through your legs, you can inch your heels up closer to your hips. And just feeling your hands maybe on your belly, on your heart. Imagining when you give your love to someone else, maybe if you think about when you put a hand on a loved one's shoulder when they're upset, and bringing that compassion and patience and space, giving that over to yourself. So softening through your hands, imagining that your heart radiates down your arms, through your hands, and onto this body, penetrating into your heart, in towards your belly, this intricate system of organs. It's doing so much for us at every moment of our day. And not only is our digestive system digesting the foods that we're taking in, but also the emotions that we're sort of bubbling up, or the conversations we're having in our relationships. Just knowing that there's so much power and so much wisdom there. If you think about it, our belly button was our first mouth. This place where we took in love, we took in nourishment. So the more that we can bring our attention into this core center, not thinking about the core as the abs of steel or something that's very minuscule, but something that's so strong, has so much wisdom, so much we don't even know through science. We have neurons firing in our digestive system just like we do in our brain. So the more that we can trust that we have the strength, that we have this capacity to listen to our heart, the more that we can persevere into the darkness, into this sense of uncertainty. Let's take a nice big inhale in, expand that beautiful belly nice and big. And release it out, exhale. And release your hands. If there's anything else you'd like to do that your body's calling you to do, you're welcome to take any shape before we move into Shavasana. So if you wanted to do a figure four, to open up your hips. If you wanted to find a plow pose, bringing your knees by your ears. Just allowing that there's a few moments for your own exploration of your body. Once you're in Shavasana, go ahead and decide if you want your hands close by your body to feel this container and connection to yourself. Or maybe you want to expand through your arms, expand through your feet, really reaching to take up space and welcome in the oxygen to touch all the areas of the skin. And really allow the weight of your hips to relax. Allow those glute muscles to release. Release through your jaw and your neck. Allowing the skin of your face to melt. Allow all the little muscles around your eyes to release. Letting your eyeballs be nice and soothed and relaxed in their sockets. Imagining that your shoulders could melt. Like little drips of water moving down towards the earth. Letting your biceps be soft and heavy. Your wrists to be relaxed, finding space there. Feeling your legs be heavy, pressing against the earth. Feeling the earth come up to hold you. We're moving out of this summertime and into late summer or fall. We're moving from this really expansive solar time, a time of connection with others, big time of passion in our hearts. And we're moving towards slowing down, taking in the harvest of all that fire and warmth of the sun. We'll move into the fall of really a time of grounding. So the more that we can be outside, connected to the energy of the soil, to the oxygen, the more that we can feel safe on this earth, connected to something greater that's supporting us. Pema Chodron says that openness doesn't come from resisting our fears, but from getting to know them well. And in this time where there's so much unrest, so much change that's coming about, we must continuously remind ourselves to be open to whatever is unfolding in front of us. Because when nothing is certain, then anything is possible. And even in our lives, when things feel like they're certain, they feel like we have a plan, we really don't have control. So the more that we can move through, like we do in these yoga practices, of giving space for this worry and fear, but moving through and finding our stability and strength, feeling open to trying new things, trusting that we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Go ahead and begin to deepen your breath, bringing in a little bit more life into your body through the oxygen and the air. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe you want to run your thumb along your fingertips, really stimulating for your heart. Now when you're ready, go ahead and just curl onto one side, curling into yourself in a little fetal position. Curling your heart in towards your belly. Feeling that you have so much safety in this connection to yourself. That we've come so far from when we were just little infants. We've been given all of the challenges that we need to move forward. And curling in towards yourself. Go ahead and make your way up into a seat, moving nice and slow. Keeping your gaze inward, maybe towards the ground or your eyes closed. And bring your hands in a prayer position in front of your heart, or you can rest your hands down on your thighs. Feeling into your heart wherever you are. Nice soft front, soft chest, and a strong back. Be patient with yourself through all that comes before you. Be patient and allow space for emotions to move. Though we can move towards this place of abundance and gratitude for what we have, we can't use that to just white out or delete the emotion that we feel when challenges come up. So just allowing space for us to tap in that we have the strength that we need to move forward. Go ahead and bring your thumbs up to the space between your eyebrows, this place of intuition. Bowing your head down towards your heart. Bowing to yourself, honoring one another and honoring this practice. Go ahead and lift your head and bring your hands towards your heart. We do this practice not only for ourselves, but for all of our relationships and for all beings everywhere. I honor the light and even the darkness in you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a great day.